Obstacles to samadhi. Master. It is not enough to know it. One must assimilate its meaning. It is the thought of worldly objects that prevents the mind from going into samadhi. One becomes established in samadhi when one is completely rid of worldliness. It is possible for me to give up the body in samadhi. But I have a slight desire to enjoy the love of God and the company of His devotees. Therefore I pay a little attention to my body. There is another kind of samadhi, called unmana samadhi. One attains it by suddenly gathering the dispersed mind. You understand what that is, don't you? Yes, sir. Master. Yes. It is the sudden withdrawal of the dispersed mind to the ideal. But that samadhi does not last long. Worldly thoughts intrude and destroy it. The yogi slips down from his yoga. At Kamarpakor I have seen the mongoose living in its hole up in the wall. It feels snug there. Sometimes people tie a brick to its tail. Then the pull of the brick makes it come out of its hole. Every time the mongoose tries to be comfortable inside the hole, it has to come out because of the pull of the brick. Such is the effect of brooding on worldly objects that it makes the yogi stray from the path of yoga. Worldly people may now and then experience samadhi. Its petals close again when the sun is covered by a cloud. The lotus blooms, no doubt, when the sun is up, but worldly thought is the cloud. Isn't it possible to develop both jnana and bhakti by the practice of spiritual discipline? Master. Through the path of bhakti a man may attain them both. If it is necessary, God gives him the knowledge of Brahman. But a highly qualified aspirant may develop both jnana and bhakti at the same time. Such is the case with the Isvarakotis Chaitanya, for example. But the case of ordinary devotees is different. There are 5 kinds of light: the light of a lamp, the light of various kinds of fire, the light of the moon, the light of the sun, and lastly the combined light of the sun and the moon. Bhakti is the light of the moon, and jnana the light of the sun. Sometimes it is seen that the sun has hardly set when the moon rises in the sky. In an incarnation of God one sees, at the same time, the sun of knowledge and the moon of love. Can everyone, by the mere wish, develop knowledge and love at the same time? It depends on the person. One bamboo is more hollow than another. Is it possible for all to comprehend the nature of God? Can a 1-seer pot hold 5 seers of milk? But what about the grace of God? Through His grace a camel can pass through the eye of a needle. Master. But is it possible to obtain God's grace just like that? A beggar may get a penny, if he asks for it. But suppose he asks you right off for his train fare. How about that? Stood silent. The master, too, remained silent. Suddenly he said, "Yes, it is true. Through the grace of God some may get both jnana and bhakti." Saluted the master and went back to the beltree. At midday, finding that had not yet returned, Sri Ramakrishna started toward the beltree. But on reaching the Panchavati he met carrying his prayer carpet and water jug. Saluted the master. Sri Ramakrishna said to "I was coming to look for you. Because of your delay I thought you might have scaled the wall and run away. I watched your eyes this morning and felt apprehensive lest you should go away like Narayan Shastri. Then I said to myself, no, he won't run away. He thinks a great deal before doing anything." The same night the master talked to Rakal, Latu, Harish, and a few other devotees. Master. To some people give a metaphysical interpretation of the Vrindavan episode of Sri Krishna's life. What do you say about it? There are various opinions. What if there are? You have told us the story of Bhishmadeva's weeping on his bed of arrows, because he could not understand anything of God's ways. Again, you have told us that Hanuman used to say, "I don't know anything about the day of the week, the position of the stars, and so forth. I only meditate on Rama." Further, You have said to us that in the last analysis there are two things only: Brahman and its power. You have also said that, after the attainment of Brahmajnana, a man realizes these two to be one. The one that has no two, Master. Yes, that is true. Your ideal is to reach the goal. You may reach it by going either through a thorny forest or along a good road. Diverse opinions certainly exist. Nangta used to say that the monks could not be feasted because of the diversity of their views. Once a feast was arranged for the sannyasis. Monks belonging to many sects were invited. Everyone claimed that his sect should be fed first. But no conclusion could be arrived at. At last they all went away and the food had to be given to the prostitutes. Totapuri was indeed a great soul, Master. But Hazra says he was an ordinary man. There's no use in discussing these things. Everyone says that his watch alone gives the correct time. You see, Narayan Shastri developed a spirit of intense renunciation. He was a great scholar. He gave up his wife and went away. A man attains yoga when he completely effaces woman and gold from his mind. With some, the characteristics of the yogi are well marked. I shall have to tell you something of the 6 centers. The mind of the yogi passes through these, and he realizes God through his grace. Have you heard of the 6 centers? These are the 7 planes of the Vedanta. Master, not the Vedanta, but the Vedas. Do you know what the 6 centers are like? They are the lotuses in the subtle body. The yogis see them. They are like the fruits and leaves of a wax tree. Yes, sir, the yogis can perceive them. I have read that there is a kind of glass through which a tiny object looks very big. Likewise, through yoga one can see those subtle lotuses. Following Sri Ramakrishna's direction, spent the night in the hut at the Panchavati. In the early hours of the morning he was singing alone. I am without the least benefit of prayer and austerity. O Lord, I am the lowliest of the lowly. Make me pure with thy hallowed touch. One by one I pass my days in hope of reaching thy lotus feet. But thee, alas, I have not found. Suddenly glanced toward the window and saw the Master standing there. Sri Ramakrishna's eyes became heavy with tears as sang the line, I am the lowliest of the lowly. Make me pure with thy hallowed touch. Sang again, shall put on the ochre robe and earrings made of conch shell. Thus, in the garb of a yogini, from place to place I shall wander, till I have found my cruel Hari. Saw that the Master was walking with Rakal.